and they're getting arrested. So there's still all this oppression. We don't have a date for an election. And so in my state, can't talk about any place else, but Venezuelans are losing hope that, it's going to be Delcy Rodriguez, who was Maduro's vice president, not duly elected, as we talked about, is just going to wait out the Trump administration and nothing's ever going to happen. So that's the perception. Doesn't mean it's reality. That's the perception. So what should I tell the Venezuelan community in my state?
I think I would refer back, Senator Scott, to Secretary Rubio's statements. He said, we don't want elections too soon when they don't have the machinery set up. I think something like 40% of the eligible voters in Venezuela are not registered at this point. So they've got to clean up the voter rolls. They've got to get the election tribunal renovated. This is why but he's also said, but we don't want to have elections too late, and making the point that people aren't going to invest in a long-term way in Venezuela until they see a stable, democratically elected government there. So we've been trying to, find the sweet spot between those two things. What I mentioned earlier, one of the good developments in our view has been the effort between the 2015 National Assembly, that was a democratically elected group and includes, I think, all the political parties of Venezuela, and the interim authority group that they just announced today that they're going to resume their discussions on August 1 to try to put in place all those elements that you need to have the elections. So we're not looking at letting this go on and on and on beyond the administration. But we also don't want to do it at a time not in the middle of an earthquake and not when a lot of people, as we were mentioning with Senator Kaine, when people that should be able to participate in the election can't go back to Venezuela and so on. We need to work through those issues. But we're working on them, and we think that there's a good institutional structure now amongst the Venezuelans to do that.